Hello there, and welcome back to part 2 of the bootcamp training. Today, I'm mainly going to be going through how we can put some of the formations that we've just learned into patrols. So we're going to go through a few dummy patrols. You can see how the tactics are used in a real situation. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.
We are going to head directly south, okay? So we're going to be going through a forest, so it'll be single file. Who would like to be point man? Eden, can you go point man?
Yep, can do.
Right. And explaining everything. I'll say, like, when your point man stops, guys, he'll probably say on the radio, take a knee, and the only day is just take a knee, cover your arcs. Somebody tapping me.
Yeah, so when moving in a column or any kind of formation, you want to maintain your distance, so you're always going to be aware of the person in front of you. If they stop, you want to stop, and you want to kind of maintain that distance between when you're stopping and halting. It just allows you to still be effective while in that position. Another thing you might do when you're patrolling, occasionally you look behind you every 15, 20 seconds or even longer, just to make sure that the person behind you is still behind you, and it just gives you a bit of extra situational awareness to see how the formation is behind you and make sure you've not just wandered off into the forest alone.
Yeah, we're going to be up against real players here, guys. We're like me, Eden, and Slick, and a few others just in MilSim groups. So just against AI, we all did it. When we were patrolling, we just looked forward. Half the time I was on my fucking phone. But for this server we're going to be going into, you just need to cover your arcs. And Eden, see if you agree with this one. Point man will be looking forward. The man behind point man, second man, would be covering the left arc. The man behind him would be covering the right, left, right, so forth. Would you agree with that? Covering our arcs.
Roger.
So that's the same as if you told us to take a knee, you cover your side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone has to be responsibility for their own arc and look after themselves. This is the time now to get into that habit.
I've never really done that in a infantry formation. When we've stopped, yes, in a herringbone, you definitely do that kind of thing just to look neat. Convoys, obviously, the big guns will be pointed, but when you're patrolling for a forest, you're always looking around. It's everyone's responsibility to look in all directions.
Yeah, just it's so easy to get in the habit of just looking forward and just daydreaming. When we're on this MilSim server, you could walk straight into ambush, or the Russians could patrol in 80 metres to our left and we didn't see each other. But if we see them, we've got the bead on them, because we're fucking covering our arcs and everything, you know what I mean? All you need to remember, guys, is the formations are simple. It's the space-ins, okay? And keep an eye on your arcs left and right, okay? Doesn't matter who goes what. Eden's going to be point man. When he steps off, second man will just wait. When he thinks that's 10 metres, and he'll get up, he'll start moving. Point man will say over the radio, point man stepping off. The rest of you didn't have to, but I want the last man to then get on the radio and say last man stepping off. So the whole the section commander knows everybody stepped off. We're all good.
Do you want me to start off in a walk?
Murderer.
Yeah, aye. Just keep it nice and easy. Slick, you're going to go last man for this, okay?
Yeah, Roger, no problem.
Right. Okay. It doesn't matter who goes second, third, blah, blah, blah. Just, you guys just stay it. Right, Eden, it's over to you guys. That's it. Point man stepped off.
But regardless of you are down and watching your arcs and that, guys, when you hear that point man stepped off, that's when you know you're going to be stepping off soon.
It's 10 metres.
Oh.
Let me know when the last man stepped off.
Yeah, Roger, will do. Just pull it back.
So I think what they were saying before is if you had
Hold positions.
everyone in your squad
So you've held position, he'll wait as well.
in the same
Hold
thing,
sus.
then you'd be able to see the lines on
Right,
the...
step off. Right, pull back a bit, Brummy.
Yo, Eden, what's the button to fucking walk?
Right, Brummy, step off. Well done, Tommy. Good stuff,
On
mate.
keyboard, it's keyboard and mouse, it's the scroll wheel.
Thank you.
I'm like 2 ticks up. Look at the speed.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Psycho, pull back, mate. You're almost up Tommy's arse. Right, Psycho, step off. There you go, mate. That's a perfect space in there, Psycho. Take a knee, Doug. Wait, let Psycho go up ahead a bit. Step off, Doug. Right. On you go, Gypsy. 10 metres, mate. 10 metre.
Slick, last man stepping off.
Alright, chaps, I'll just give you a bit of an explanation here. If you kind of look behind you and all in front of you, you can see how long this formation is. So you can now kind of imagine how bad this formation is when we get contacted to the front. Like, the people at the back are going to have to fucking be hanging out their arse to get to the front to start fighting. But if we get contacted to our left or right now, we're in a fucking amazing spot. Look how far spread out we are. Look how much fire and how many kind of the angle and the spread of fire we can lay down to our sides. So this is why the line is such a good formation.
Nice, that makes sense. Keep an eye out for that pesky weapon.
Front man, stop him.
So lads, everyone take a knee. We hear front man stopping or front man taking a knee. Everyone take a knee.
Being opposite arcs.
Lost him then.
Say again, Doug.
Doing the opposite arcs on the knees.
Absolutely. So when we stop on the knee, front man will look forward and then you start alternating between left and right on the axis of advance, which way you're covering.
So in layman's terms, whatever direction the lad in front of you is facing, you face the opposite direction. Left and right.
Thank you, Doug.
So Gypsy, you'd be facing west.
Front man moving.
Brilliant, guys. You heard the order. The point man was stepping off. Front man moving. He's off.
Last man stepping
off. That's the stuff. It's no hard, guys, as you see once you get the hang of it. It's no difficult.
It's just communication, isn't it?
Alright, well let's try something then. Section, staggered column.
That's it, guys. Remember the staggered? It was that zigzaggy that we'd use on main roads. Zigzaggy.
Fucking beautiful, Pip, that is.
I know, you like that?
Yeah, I did.
See if the rest of it, are they jogging up to catch up with the formation? Those guys at the rear, this is when you kind of start jogging up to catch up with form the formation, as the staggered column is a lot more condensed.
Yeah, the rear guys got in there pretty well there. There's a wee bit of a gap between Psycho and Gypsy with Doug Tag in the middle, so the rear element just needs to push up a wee bit harder. But apart from that, guys, that's absolutely perfect for the air.
Good to see.
Bosh. Absolutely no idea where we are.
Alright, let's try something a little more difficult. I'm going to ask for a baseline front. As you get up to my position, you should be alternating to my left or to my right.
Pip to my right, your left.
Baseline front.
That's it, guys. Then you're going to have to make a decision, guys. If you're coming up on Eden and you see there's a load of guys on his right, then it's up to you to make that decision to start filling up on the left.
Bit further forward, Pip.
Right, you should go left and right anyway, because we're already left and right.
There you go, you got it.
So proud.
Ah, brilliant, guys. This looks outstanding for the air. Well done.
Have we got a last man?
But absolutely massive. I would.
Yeah, there's loads of them.
I mean, I'd probably be moving this as 2 sections rather than a single section.
That's it. I'm getting my picnic out.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'd probably say you got a bit further. You're quite close.
Oh, this is when I would crack open
Last
the
man's
tuner with my fork.
set. Ish.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the terrain wasn't easy for the rear slick. You got the boulders and everything.
Alright, right, do you want me to step off again, or do you want to shift to someone else?
Come on, Eden. See if you can head towards this ping, mate. And then there's a wee bit of open field, so we've got a good chance here for an arrowhead. Seen?
Seen.
Just ahead, just southwest, mate, southwest.
Alright, section, staggered column, on me, heading southwest. First man stepping off.
Would we walk along the baseline though until you meet each other and go back into staggered formation?
Yes.
Copy.
In reality, I'd probably have us herringbone up before we stepped off, because of the change of formation and the size of the section at the moment, but we'll see how we handle this.
Just to build on that, obviously you would always bit your brain case, and your one in charge would tell you how to do things a bit differently in the field, especially if you get shot at. But this is a very good basis for formations.
Keep accidentally pressing Alt and Enter, which minimises my screen, which is not great. Hopefully I can fix that in the edit.
Oh, I've got something I want to try.
Oh god, don't do this to me.
Do you reckon we could get them into an all-round defence?
What do you mean, like contact front type of deal?
No.
Yeah, last man's back in formation.
Stop the formation, but they keep rolling in, and then I give them a direction to set up in an all-round.
Oh, you mean like an encirclement and shit like that?
Maybe. I've always called it an all-round defence, so...
What's that, like a semicircle or a full circle?
It would be a full circle, but...
Nice.
Imagine you've got a VIP in the middle, you want to protect him, you circle around him.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Zeus has crashed.
The section
Hang
commander
on.
would
Step over, I'm
sat
done.
in the middle,
Just carry
and as
on,
people
guys.
form in from the formation, like they'd still be walking in, you then tell them, right, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and you kind of set up an all-round from there.
Yeah,
With
nice.
That, though, you have to be wary that if you're behind the dude, say it says 6 o'clock, and you're behind the dude looking at 6 o'clock, he should ideally crouch so you can shoot over the top of his head.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to be using an all-round defence in a combat situation. It's more of an organisational / a halting procedure.
Oh, this is going to be fun trying to cross this. So here, Pip, you would go to
Stay in
single file,
formation.
you go to single file to go through it, and then you would go back into your formation.
Whoa! Someone's just teleported through it.
Magic.
Ah, it's Brad. Hey.
Wrong button.
I'm liking to see them. Oh, boss is jumping over the fence.
Hey, he didn't give a fuck.
Yep, the Rupert's gone rogue.
You put these bloody fences in.
Section, we're going into column or line.
Can't remember what it was.
Roger that.
Single file.
Roger.
That's it.
Oh.
Eden, you're an NCO now.
Not yet.
Almost.
I mean, I ran a MilSim platoon for a good year during COVID.
Oh, really? Nice. So
Just,
we're in good hands then.
Just slow down a bit, Pip. I'm a bit close to Eden.
Yeah, same.
Right, you can keep going now. I've got distance.
Nice.
So here, you want to, if you single fire, you want to pull off to where he went, so up to the point where he left, and then move there.
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell him that. I wanted to see if they'd cut the corner.
Like Snake.
Yeah. Sorry, Eden.
It's alright, I would have done that anyway.
Oh, it's okay. I can't wait to draw some of these new medics.
Oh. Yeah, it's probably going to be me.
Are you going to be a medic, are you?
I don't know. I'll probably just be cannon fodder.
Yeah, we always need a bit of cannon fodder.
Alright, keep walking up to me.
Making the baseline, I assume.
12 o'clock position, go 25 metres out and lay down.
Where am I going?
1 o'clock position, 25 metres out, lay down.
That alright?
Yeah, a little bit further out.
Be about where I am.
You want me then?
3 o'clock position, about 25 metres out.
The meters don't work very well in armor, I will admit.
Yeah, I know, but hopefully you guys get a general gist of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm terrible at it in real life. Never mind
Like
games.
4 o'clock position.
On the right.
Tommy, 5 o'clock position from me, 25 metres.
Mate, this does look slick though.
Doug, 6 o'clock
I
position.
genuinely wish I could go to GM and look at it from above.
Innit? I also wish there was
Gypsy, 7 o'clock position.
some poor enemies waiting in that bush
over
line.
here, Gigsy. Gypsy, 7 o'clock position. Gigs, over here.
Try over
So
the
next
radio,
to Doug,
Eden.
next to Doug. You kind of want to be like 5, yep, okay. Gigsy, I want you to take the 8 o'clock position.
Copy. That's your ARD.
I tried to, but the end of it kind of collapsed a little bit. But hey, that's not too bad.
Alright, chaps. I kind of sprung that one on you. This is a all-round defence. Effectively what happens is if we're in a formation and we need to stop for a reasonably extended period of time, and we want to have an all-round defence, we'd, the front man or the commander of the element would stop in effectively what would be the centre of the circle, and as troops start filing in from the formation onto the commander, he would then indicate them a clock position for them to then fill in a slot, and you'd move out from that commander to a positions like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and so until you formed this all-round defence around the commander. Understood?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, like I said, I kind of threw that one on you. I just wanted to see how you'd adapt to something new.
We'll also use this ARD, guys. See when we're dropping in for ops and stuff, you get out a helicopter, you're getting an ARD. You get out a vehicle, it's similar as well. Like Eden said as well, we're at a building, you send a squad in to clear it, the rest of you will hold an ARD, or if somebody's in there, come up with whatever, this is your ARD for it. All I like to keep it as basic as distance and direction. If they've got time to get out more, like next to a house with a red roof, blah blah blah, I just like basics. Contact front, 1 enemy 50 metres, or contact west, 3 enemy 200 metres. It's just so everyone gets eyes on that contact. Now let's just say if you face on a bearing of 302, you see that power pylon? Let's just say there's an enemy there, right? All I would say is contact front, 1 enemy. Let's say about 80 metres, Eden? 80 metres you say that was?
I would say 75, because I think in
75,
25.
I'm going to say 74 then, 74.
107.
Yeah, 106.
It's 107? Wow,
Yeah.
I'm mega off. The main thing is, guys, right, is just direction and distance, alright? So everyone can get eyes on and weapon systems on it. And if you spotted a section patrolling 200 metres away, they've obviously not seen you, then you can say a section to the west, 200 metres, walking through that tree line, walking left to right. You can get out more info, but then if you roll across an enemy, just get out direction and distance as quick as you can, so everyone can get eyes on. Because as we all know,
What
for a
about,
PvP server, we've got Eagle Eyes.
What about when you say like contact and then say the degree where it is, so like contact 336 or whatever like that? So
336 is not always the same for each person. It depends where
bearings.
it is.
I normally say my bearing. If you have to do that, you can say contact on my bearing 332. Like Slick said, we're in that single file. Then at the front and last man, it's or in a baseline. Sorry.
Yeah,
Then
so
it's going
just
to be so many meters apart. It's going to be different bearings. That's why I try and use like north, northeast, east.
Yeah.
Just stay the
Wait,
best you can. General direction, mate. Just give us a general direction and distance, and I promise you, there'll be eyes on and rounds in that fucker within seconds. That's the main thing. As long as you can get the direction there, mate, and distance. That's the main thing. Right, we'll go through some practices of that.
Keep it simple, but as much information as you can absolutely put in it.
Yep.
The better.
Anyone want to add? Slick, Eden, or Monk, anyone? Anything you want to add onto that?
Just that, yeah. Obviously, as the larger formation, the degrees are going to be different. So, generally, my rule of thumb is either use north, south, east, or west if you can, or depending on the direction you're travelling, use front, left, right, or back.
Yeah.
So, for example, if there was someone, let's say, near the power pylon to the front, and we were walking towards it, I'd be either contact or sighting, depending on which one it is. Sighting, front, enemy infantry, base of power pylon.
Right,
I mean, that's not the exact order, but like you kind of like, just want to get the critical information out there first.
Yeah.
So obviously, contact or sighting, depending. Contact is they're firing at you. Sighting is you've spotted them. And then you say what it is. So what do you see? So is it enemy infantry, enemy tank? I mean, a sighting could even be friendlies, just to let people know that there are friendlies operating in the area. And then you want to kind of like pinpoint the most obvious things. Obviously here, the most obvious thing, fucking power pylon. You're not going to miss that really. So direction, then obvious thing, and then kind of you want to descript it, go more detailed from that. So for example, say power pylon front, left of power pylon, small green bush. If it's like a one bush in the open, it's like you kind of got to work from the big details down to the small details. Hopefully I've explained that correctly.
Yep, that was spot on, Eden. Yep.
Just one thing from me. If it is friendly, then just an advisory note rather than spotted or whatever. So be advised we have friendlies to our left, to our right, east, west, north, or whatever. And that way then you're not all spinning around with your weapon systems and you're more concentrating on what you're doing rather than looking to shoot somebody, because you don't want to be aiming your system at your friendlies.
Yeah, correct.
Just a quick one as well, just in case you like. It doesn't have to be the one in charge or the second in charge that shouts out something. If you see something and you're like the fucking 9th man, make sure someone's aware of it. Call it out.
Okay. But the contacts, guys, like we've all said, is just gears, direction, and distance. That's all. And if you're not confident with identifying like certain pylons, that if you can't get out, it doesn't matter. Just get us on the direction and distance. That's all. And over the radio as well. Put that over the radio. Never be safe and sorry. Oh, the Russians are sneaky. You have to admit.
They're fucking though.
Asking Russians.
Do we want to run for everything as a kind of a whole section attack, everything put together?
Yes, that was I just set up there on the sneaky, which was you read my mind. Right, I'm going to TP you somewhere, okay, and I'll tell you what direction to head. I'm going to be in an MG nest. I'm not going to shoot you, but I'm going to be shooting above you.
Can we do a slow time one first?
Yes, of course. Of course we can.
So I don't know if you want to save that area, but if you put a target on the other side of this hill, I can run through in slow time all the process and hopefully get a big picture view for everyone.
Right, if you look at that deer tower, okay, I'm going to stick a target on the bottom of that, okay? Actually, let's just pretend there's a target on the bottom of it, okay? Alright, and I'll leave you to Eden, you will go IC, Monk, you go 2 IC, split yourselves into fire teams, I'll leave it over to yous.
Do a baseline on me, lads, who was on my side.
So you've got 5, I've got 6, that's fine.
10 metres piece into your left.
Nice.
Yeah, 10 metres to my left.
10 metres to my right.
Alright chaps, so let's say for example that we were moving up this hill in a baseline position or an arrowhead or something, and we've just spotted contacts to our front, we formed a baseline and now we're engaging it. Let's not fire, I want to kind of walk through the process with everyone so we can kind of see what's going on.
10 meters. Is it 10 meters?
This is fine distance-wise. It might be a bit longer in the field, but I just want you guys to kind of see the whole process. So we've come up this hill, we're in an arrowhead, we've spotted the enemy, we've formed a baseline, we're taking fire, we're firing. Currently, we're in the open field. We're in a kill zone, we don't want to be here. So what I want to do is I want to move the entire section to my right. I want to do this as best I can. So I'm going to now order, peel right.
Last one, Slick.
Good man. Good man.
Yeah.
Obviously, while we're peeling, everyone else is still laying down fire. I would have probably have given an order for rapid fire or something.
Last man, right?
Depending on the situation, it may just already be happening because everyone's switched on like you are.
Last man.
Slick
set.
Bang.
Last
bang,
man.
Bang. Bang.
Tommy
Bang.
set.
Last man.
Last man trip.
Don't touch it.
Last man psycho.
So I'm going to keep this going until I feel we're in a position that's safe. Obviously there's a road here. Kind of ignore the road, keep peeling.
Monk set.
This is actually really good because we can't see them.
That's the point.
Are we last
We
one?
can't see the rest of the section.
Upset.
Last man, Robbie.
I don't know if we need to
Cycle,
go on
sir.
the field.
Last man, Aidan, sorry.
I'd say that's fine.
Alright, I'm in a position where I'm happy roughly where we are. So, as a section commander, hopefully if you guys can still see the enemy, I want you to be still popping it down, ideally. But now, as a section commander, I'm now thinking, right, how am I going to assault this position? I've had a quick look at my map, a look at the lay of the land, and I've come up with a plan. So, I'm going to now say, Charlie fire team, so my fire team, I want you to form a baseline using the ridge on the edge of the road facing towards the enemy. I'm going to then ask you to peel in. My fire team only would now start maneuvering onto my position. Obviously things can get a bit complicated here because we have peeled and we may not be in the correct position. But if you see someone's peeled away and there's a gap, kind of maneuver yourselves back into a position where you're near your fire team.
You want our fire team to close onto you, yeah?
Yeah, my fire team on me.
Just as obviously you're all pretty smart, but like just a good point of this is to make sure you remember who your fire team lead is.
I don't even know where my fire team leader is at the minute.
He's over here.
Over here on the road, Slick.
Yeah, Roger.
Make sure you pass behind the baseline as well, unless you're going to get yourself shot.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's it, Slick, I'm shooting you.
Don't shoot me, mate. I'll shoot back.
No,
Alright guys, you're here. Alright, I want you to set up along this ridge facing towards the enemy. So push up a little bit. I want to try and get eyes on the enemy, but use this ridge as our cover to engage the enemy.
Duck set.
So what I've done here is I've manoeuvred one of my fire teams into a position where they can suppress the enemy. That leaves me the option of sending my second fire team on a flank to assault the position. Mini-Monk, I want you to flank the enemy on a right-hand flank over the field, then over the road and assault the position. Understood?
Understood?
Roger that. So at this point, it's now up to Mini-Monk to be able to actually organise his fire team to attack, so he'll be the one now giving the orders to how he wants to move up and assault it. I've delegated the responsibility of the assault to him. I'm going to continue to manage the suppressing elements.
So what I want you to do, boys, is starting from the far end, I want you to start moving up towards the pylon, and then I want you to start facing east. So, get on your movement now. And And then I want you to be saying last man as you move, so I know that when it comes down to me and Griggsy, that I can start moving up this way, that I can always keep an eye on what's going off, and there's always someone watching your back. So Gypsy, I want you to move forward towards the pylon, face east. I want as soon as he's 10 meters out, I want Psycho South to follow suit, all the way down to me.
Copy, last man move.
Last man moving. Last man set.
Last one moving.
Last man monk.
Keep moving forward, boys, you're on the pylon. Right now, we're still currently in the fire zone, we're still being shot at by that MG. We want to get onto its side, its flank. Keep going. I've done it like this in a bit of a staggered formation just because this way we can all keep an eye on what we're doing. Ideally, in a real gunfight, I wouldn't have to tell you what to do step by step. You would always have be a bit more clued on and be able to go, right, he's moving, let's move together. So now I'm set, so I say, set.
What's that?
Now I want a baseline to my right, and well, actually, you haven't learned this, but I want you to fire as you move. So don't be firing, but bang, bang, bang type of shit, yeah? So Griggs, I want you baseline right, and I want you all keep moving. So I'm here. I've got the point set up. I'm shooting at the MG.
I'm set.
Moving.
Tell me when the last man's up.
What's that?
Now to move to the berm, for literally the little ridge in front of you, and I'll start taking fire. That way I can communicate to my one in charge, say, look, I've got the flank covered, you can move ahead. So move ahead, boys. Set.
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 So Charlie team, we're in position, over to you.
Still there, is he?
Yeah, I'm behind you guys.
That's Bravo set, mate.
Right, roger that. With Bravo now set in a position, hopefully that's got good line of sight, I might now try to maneuver my element up to them. So I'm going to say, Charlie, on me, we're going to move our proven route up to Delta, Charlie, or whatever we call the fire teams. And we're going to move it in a line formation to get there quickly, or a column, so follow me.
Just a heads up, my fire team, while they are moving, make sure that we are definitely covering them, so when they come behind us, they don't just get a random fucking shell in their head.
Roger. Nice. Proper manoeuvres there.
My fire team form up on my right.
Slick set.
Yeah.
Doctor, last man set.
Lovely job. Right, so what we've done here is we took contact in the killing zone for the enemy position, we've manoeuvred off of it, we've then set up a base of fire onto the enemy, and that's allowed us to manoeuvre onto the flank of it. Now, both fire teams are on the flank, so we're outside the killing area, we're engaging it, so we're keeping the position suppressed, and now I want to destroy that position. So,
Probably, in reality, I would send a fire team through the forest to sneak up behind it so they'd have some cover. But for the demonstration, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one fire team to hold here and suppress, which will be yours, Mini, and I'll have my fire team to start bounding up in pairs or triplets, because of how big we are, onto the rocks to then assault the position. Alright. My fire team, bounding in triplets. Let's go!
Bang, bang.
Left side first. Flat.
Oh, you wanted to actually open fire or stay quiet?
Stay quiet, because I want to actually run through and describe all the steps we're doing. Repeat move. Move.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't help it. I got a trigger finger.
Itchy trigger finger.
Set.
Definitely not my sniper.
Robbie, stay down, you're part of our fire team. Prepare to move. Move. Watch you don't bunch up when you move.
Let's move. Move.
Prepare to move. Move.
Let's move. Move.
It's cool though, I like this.
Set. Right, we are now in a position where we're so close. I want, Doug, I want your side of my element to push round and grenade the position and assault it. What I'm going to be doing now is we've got one fire team suppressing. I've now got the half of my fire team suppressing, and I'm going to send effectively two guys or three guys in to grenades, bayonets, and actually clear it out and finish it off.
Robert, you prepare a grenade. Full magazine, select auto.
Yeah.
We're just pretending for.
Grenade. Bang.
Clear?
Clear, green.
Yeah, clear.
Section, ceasefire. Mini, your fire team, follow proven route, reorg on me.
Right, boys, head off. Fire, proven route, Griggsy, you're going to get yourself shot that way. Go round the way they went.
Last man, Tommy.
Take a left, Doug.
Take a left now, Griggs. You're safe now. This way, boys. Go across over now.
And then I would probably get you guys, ideally, we would then push off from the objective, so in reality I'd probably then get us to move into the forest, set up an all-round defence, we'd then count our ammo, make sure casualties, check equipment, all the good stuff before we stepped off and continued on our objective.
So the main reason that Eden would obviously step off from this objective is a lot of the times when you're pushing an enemy position, it could already be marked on a map. So for instance, an enemy would have this position already marked on the map, so as soon as it comes out that they're under attack and then they've been taken out, you then could have artillery or mortars landing on our head straight away. So as soon as you do take an objective, you want to get the fuck off it as quick as you can.
Nice.
Yep.
No, you go.
Just to expand on that, one of the reasons why splitting up the sections is good is exactly what Doug Tag just said. If they've got this place marked on the map and they realise it's under attack, we can then hand back and notice any other threats that are potentially coming up to engage our good friends that are destroying the MG nest. And that way, then I can shout, "Hey, Eden, you're going to get shot in the ass." I won't, obviously. And then Eden would be able to react accordingly.
Nice.
Lovely. Perfect.
Well, the Jublet, you see how Eden used the land to his advantage, guys? Always use the land to your advantage. Right, closing on me.
Like this bit, that's my favourite bit.
Yeah, isn't it? I wasn't expecting it first time.
Is that your gun, or are you just happy?
Hey.
Ecstatic.
I'm just happy.
I'm a happy guy.
Whoa. Nice.
Right.
You're the wizard,
I
Harry.
want you to head directly east, Eden. You're going on a patrol, just head straight east into that forest and keep pushing east, okay?
Lovely jubbly.
Okay, good luck, gentlemen.
Alright, section in single column. We're going to start heading east. Going to step off.
Last man, brother.
In this situation, we need to say last man because we can't see you.
Roger. You're not tap bad in the shoulder or anything, no?
If you're running past them and they might not realise, that's when you'd say it.
Roger.
Just another point quickly. Sometimes what I may do is when I want to change the formation, let's say I wanted to form a baseline, I might say Delta left, Charlie right, and as your fire teams come up to me, I'd want you to form up on that side.
Eden, it's my bad, mate. It was south. It's south. I'll hang these back in position.
That's fine. We'll head south from here.
Oh.
There you go. You're now pointing south.
Wheeyoooo.
I'm a magician. Gypsy, get a bit closer to me, pal. Back there, yeah, back there. You want to keep that distance.
For the purposes of the demonstration, guys, try not to kill me.
Slick, last man stepping off.
I don't know if this is the best way to do it. Have our gun pointing up after him, and then we'll use the alt to just double check our surroundings. Otherwise, I'm pressing more buttons doing that. So weird when you can't see the person in front of you as well.
Remember, boys, we are on the lookout for a nasty MG nest. You keep your heads on the swivel, and if you think you see something, make sure that we are aware. Even just because the one in charge hasn't said anything, doesn't mean that you cannot.
Roger that.
Yeah, it's a good job you said that. Keep your neck on a swivel.
MG meds. Form baseline on me. Delta left, Charlie right, facing south.
Charlie and Bravo, mate. Or rear, fire do you want down?
Right, get a shuffle on, boys. Let's walk.
Fire.
Magazine.
We are going to peel left into defilade. Go!
I'm not hearing no last mans.
We are going to peel left.
Last man, Tommy.
Magazine.
Last man, Gypsy. Magazine.
safe.
Last man, Monk.
Last man, Eden.
Last man, Brummy.
Magazine. Last man, Gypsy. Last man, Slick.
Come on.
Pip set.
Monk set.
Hello, Eden.
Hello.
Last man, Tommy.
Doug is set.
Last man, Gypsy.
Yeah, continue the rapid fire towards the enemy.
Set.
To be southwest.
Last man, Pip.
Gypsy set.
Magazine.
Slick set.
Last man, Monk.
Last man, Eden.
Back in.
Right, chaps, we're going to try and get up on the hill, see if we can get line of sight onto it. And I want to, once we get good lines of sight, I want to keep up that fire.
Last man, Brummy.
And I want us to then start manoeuvring from there.
Last man, Gypsy.
Minnie, we're at high enough now. Once your section is set, I want my section to form up on me. Minnie, your section is to maintain fire.
Alright.
Last man, Lammy.
Pip set.
My section form up on me.
Right, boys, I want a base of fire towards my west. I want you rapid fire. I want to make sure our buddies are safe. I want to hear when your magazines are out so your friend can cover you.
Minnie, my fire team is going to push down by proving route onto the road. We are then going to push around the road and see if we can get up close to the enemy underneath your fire. Do you understand?
Understood. Watch your fire, boys.
Magazine.
Magazine.
Minnie, my fire team are now moving.
Understood.
Last man, stepping up.
Let us know when you want smoking.
Magazine.
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 Fire team, I want you to advance forward on my mark as a uniform attack.
Magazine.
Stepping off.
My fire team, we are going to start bounding forward until we get eyes on the position.
I want you to stop at the tree line.
Yeah, 2 and 3.
Set. Keep that fire up.
Set. Magazine.
I want an ammo can. I got
11
mags
clips.
left.
Got 5 mags left.
13 left.
He's got 10.
Step.
Magazine. 10 clips left.
One Russian killed, well done.
Again, boys, I want you to have a uniform movement, helping suppress forward to that bush in front of us. On my mark.
Magazine, 3 mags left.
Stepping off. Magazine.
Target ahead.
Magazine.
Magazine.
Monk set.
She set.
Pip set.
Pip, I need you closer to me. You're too close to the allies. Back towards your left. Make sure you're maintaining that 10 meter distance unless I've told you otherwise.
Can't even see him.
Got a man south. Pip, fall back a bit. You've gone too far.
Oh, I can't see you.
That's okay. Check your map if you have to. We're here.
Oh, right, that bush. I went to the wrong bush.
It's my fault.
Get a little bit to my right and keep that 10 distance to me for a bit.
It's alright.
Beautiful, well done, lad.
Nice.
Enemy southwest, 211 on my position, 60 metres.
Magazine.
5 mags left.
Magazine, 2 mags left.
Magazine. 9 clips left.
I want controlled fire now. Conserve your ammo. Keep them suppressed.
Magazine.
Are we putting an aid in this? Pepping nade. Nade out.
Magazine. 11 left.
Fire. Stop fire.
Magazine.
Stop fire.
Magazine. 1 mag left.
Advance toward the road for me. Keeping the same distance to baseline to my left and right. Watch your fire, we've got friendlies. West. What's the situation, Eden? Is it clear?
Position clear. Reorg.
Form up on Eden, boys.
I was completely and utterly pinned doing that entire time. I could not move.
That's the
Tell you
idea.
what, it never goes to plan.
Exactly. Right. Is
That's
everyone formed up?
contact, that is.
Could I just ask a question to my fire team, see if they can get the answer?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so boys, obviously Eden wanted me to keep you guys suppressing. Is there any reason, do you know the reason why I moved around and advanced you slowly?
So we didn't hit friendlies?
So you didn't hit friendlies, and, well, what were we shooting into when we got into the tree line?
Didn't hit our own teammates.
Well, was hitting our own teammates, and was also shooting into the top of a hill. We weren't shooting anything.
Yeah.
So I moved you forward into that tree line that was just ahead of us, so we could shoot directly into the position that we were suppressing.
Nice.
But for a first-time effort, though, that was really fucking good.
That was a difficult one from a commander's perspective because I had no line of sight to the objective, the target to start with. So I thought, right, we're in a kill zone. I can't see where it's coming from. I can see it's over the hill. It's got eyes on me. I haven't got eyes on it. I peeled my guys around, hopefully to get us out of the killing zone and in cover, which we were sort of in cover, and then got us up on the hill, hopefully to the point where we could see it. What I forgot to do was to confirm have eyes on from that high point. So I kind of fucked up there. That was my bad.
I shot enemy.
It's boot camp.
Them on the ground that are there are not the ones I shot. So was there more?
I spawned 2, he's nailed them within seconds.
Yeah,
Spawned
well,
another 2 and they
got
just
a lot
hit
to
the deck and they stayed on the deck. They were completely suppressed. I took one of them and I couldn't even get up.
So there's a couple of things with this. So obviously I went through all the motions there. We went up on the hill. My plan was to use the road to sneak up and then kind of bound up this mound with you guys suppressing onto the objective and then assault it. Obviously our assault went a bit poorly. I don't know. We'll go through it and probably practice that. But honestly, there's so many of us. This is hard to do a section attack with this many people.
Yeah.
Especially this
so many.
A wise man once said, "No plan survives contact with the enemy."
But from the enemy's perspective, we nailed them. We kept up the fire to make sure that no other additional position, anyone that's bunkered down, could get their heads up and kill any of us.
Yeah, I couldn't pinpoint where yous were. I seen the silhouette of somebody peeling to the right on a shadow and it looked awesome. And I was like, fuck, they're going that way. And I was just suppressed so much, I had to hit the deck. There's nothing I could do, so it was really good fire, really, really good.
Nice.
One thing I will note is we probably should actually designate fire team names, as in like who's Delta, who's Bravo. That's my bad as well. We're not in proper squads in obviously ARMA, so we lost the member. We didn't know where they were. So I was like, fuck, I don't know who to call on the radio because we don't know who's what. I'm used to Charlie and Delta as my fire teams. Obviously, we've used Bravo and Charlie here, so it's like. I'm starting. My brain's going back into my training, but then things are different, so it's all spiraling out of control.
If you have
we
your
can
own,
do Charlie
even
and
if you
Delta
have your
going
own
forwards.
section, you can have Charlie and Delta if you want your own section.
Yeah, Charlie,
we need
Delta.
section commanders.
The way it's organised is Charlie and Delta represent the fire teams, Alpha and Bravo represent the section commander and the 2 IC.
Yeah.
So we could be Bravo 6.
Well, Bravo 6 would be the 6th member of Bravo.
Ah, right, okay, nice.
So when you're on the radio, it'd be like 1-1 Bravo. You're asking for the 1 section of 1 platoon's sergeant.
So when I say Bravo 6 going fucking dark, that's me being the
That makes
6th
no
member.
sense.
But it sounds cool, and that's as important.
So have we officially passed boot camp?
Oh god, he's passed that a while ago. And it makes me finished back at that age.
Was it the fact that we just got dressed that we passed?
Yeah,
we put your boots on right.
We done this.
You got the right equipment. There we go.
Can we do the first fighting?
Oh, yeah, we'll do it right. We'll do it right fucking here. Right, everyone put your weapons away.
Do you only pass? Sorry, do you only pass if you wear your boots? Was that the thing for passing boot camp?
That's solid, Doug. You got to go through it again.
How'd you put your weapon away?
Everyone
How do you put your weapon away?
In your hand. And if you click in the melee button, you punch. Right, wait till everybody's got their smoke in their hand, and we're going to have a big fucking Royal Rumble.
Oh, smoke.
Right, Gypsy, put your weapon away.
Oh,
That's
yeah? Sick.
He's already.
He's having some. He's having some. Oh, yeah. Fuck off.
Go on, have some lads. Go on, go on.
Come here, boy. When we die, lads, just everyone respawn back at the base.
Oh, Bush, you're making me do stuff I ain't done for a while.
Who won that?
Dude, you can be wearing like, I don't know, anything under there to protect us punching you in the neck, because I go for neck shots, me, I don't go for the head. Get some right in the neck in it.
I know you do.
Yeah, try screaming now.
You made it tell us that after the fight, Brad.
Right, on the count of 3. 3.
Oh, shit.
Oh. So silly. Lads, boot camp was worth it just for that.
I'll give it on this. I'm gonna give it on this.
I've got to get off now, so take it easy, everyone. See you next time.